your room number, this is 105, you can check in. He sees that how people are important to make you feel towards the service they offer. Same way in manufacturing also, people will make the difference. You need a platform to express your talents and to bring it out the best. It is shop floor also it is important, whether it is small industry or MSME or big industry. The talents of the people should be brought out for which they need a platform. If I give an example, I know most of the people here are Tamil audience, right? Or if it is all over India. Let us assume I prepared for Tamil audience, so I'll just share an example with the Tamil audience. If we talk about film singers, 60s and 70s, you know, only T.M. Soundarajan and P. Sushila. I know if all of you can correlate to. Okay, you can correlate to this, right? No. Yes. Or I can switch over to cricket. So, if you switch over to cricket, 1950s and 60s, maybe till early 70s, the Indian cricket team used to be the cricketers only from Mumbai or Bombay. Then, late 60s and 70s and all, we started getting cricketers from Bangalore, Delhi, Calcutta, and Chennai. Till about 1990s or 2000, exceptions were there, of course, like Kapil Dev came from Chandigarh, but Chandigarh is also not a rural city. It is also kind of a cosmopolitan. And most of these players are from cosmopolitan cities. So there is no platform. The platform is there only for them is the Ranji Trophy or Duleep Trophy, something like that. But then came IPL. IPL gave a platform for the players all over the India. And IPL gave a local Premier League, like Tamil Nadu Premier League is there, or Karnataka is there, or Bombay Premier League is there. So what is then that now we are getting the flyer from tier 2, tier 3 as well. So what is the result of that? Is that now with even our C team, we beat Australia in Australia. Without Virat Kohli, Rohit, Ashwin, Bumrah, we drew England series when we thought we will lose 4-0. So what I'm trying to say, in between we won 2 World Cups. So what IPL has done is that given a platform where people can express their talents. Similarly, this WCM is one such platform where people across the plant can give their views, exhibit their talents. And what it does is that every week we meet for 1.5 hours. People across the plant give their improvements in one of the pillars. Either it can be a lean pillar, that is basically a cost saving, productivity improvement, or flexible, or safe, or green. So you can understand that the projects are given and it is listened to by me, and once in a month, CEO of our company recognize the best. And once in 12 months, the best of the best is awarded by our chairman and managing director. So it's kind of a platform where the culture of innovation, quality, improvement can be easily developed and spread. Here I am sharing an example of one such improvement under lean pillar, where the productivity is improved by modifying the jig, which can carry more parts per jig. This is an example of using the relevant technology. The earlier is more of using their experience and modifying the jig. This is more of using the latest available affordable technology anybody can implement, where in the process earlier people used to sometime miss the circlip. You know, people are 90% efficient at their best. And normally we are not at the best in the shop floor. We are only 60% efficient in the shop floor. So sometimes the circlip is missed and leading to the bearing falling up. You know what happens then? The tractor will not move. This normal it used to be, if you talk about maybe 7-8 years back, the countermeasure for the snap ring missing is that operator educated. 1 point lesson displayed. Inspection introduced. Audit inspection introduced. And yellow mark is put. I know of a case that where we introduced a yellow mark and the snap ring was missing. We asked, yellow mark is there? He says, I thought the marking yellow mark is a process. He thought that it was not the verification process. So now we have the technology which we can easily implement on our shop floor using the barcode, using the scanner, using the sensor. Once we implement it, it has become 100%. How much the time it is showing now? 4 minutes. So this is, even though the improvement shows less, but in terms of cost, if you see, the effect of the cost saving per year works out to be more than 15-20 lakhs for such small improvements. Sustainability is one of the core values of a company and one of the pillars in WCM as well, which I called it as a green. And we have implemented many such green initiatives, resulting in 40% reduction in emission per tractor from our plant. In fact, our Madurai plant does not use any fossil fuel at all for our process heating. As well as there is a lot of reduction in water consumption, and we are water neutral in all our plants. All these have resulted in our company getting the bronze medal in EcoVadis sustainability rating, which puts us in the top 35% of the industry across the world. This is in our first attempt we got. I am sure we can reach the platinum award in our next attempt. Another example is the SDWT, self-directed work team, is basically like different from our QC circle or small group activity. QC circle, small group activity, pick up the problem and solve it. Here, this area is, their work area is managed completely by the people. There is no supervisor. There is no engineer managing them. Otherwise, normally the headache for any supervisor or the engineer is that morning attendance is a problem, work allocation is a problem. After everything is done, you will say that tool is not available, picture is not working. Some reason will be there to delay the process by another 10-15 minutes. Now this group of people are managing themselves and they know what is required for starting it. Only if need some help, then they will come to us, where we get involved to set up their basic requirements. This has resulted in removing one layer from the shop floor. That means the communication flow is better, the productivity is better. This SWT has given a lot of confidence to the people in the shop floor as well. And our people working in the shop floor, many of them SDWT member, participate in many quality contests like conducted by NIQR or CII. Last year itself, we won more than 50 awards in various contests conducted across India. So I met a couple of CEOs. It is a good news for CEOs. This flow improvement is where the productivity can go up by more than 50% without any capex. This is, we have proved it ourselves inside our plant. All of you know that improvements have happened whenever there is a change of technology. You know, Industry 1.0 put England on top of the world with the invention of machine. And Industry 2.0, when the mass production started, Ford started the conveyor, it put USA on the top. It was continuing till Trump came in. After Trump came in, maybe they are no more number one, I suppose. And Industry 3.0 is kind of electronics and robo in the shop floor, which Japanese did very well in 70s and 80s. And Industry 4.0, all of you know that it is the data managing, using the data to improving our production, productivity, and output. What we are talking about is that we don't touch any of this. We will work on improving the flow of the material. Material includes the FG, finished good, as well as WIP, as well as raw material. So we have divided our whole process into three: delivery cycle, production cycle, and procurement cycle. Delivery cycle means the tractor sold to the customer. When we sell one tractor to the customer, we produce the same tractor in our plant. And whenever we produce a tractor, for the tractor, the parts are procured from the supplier. This is the simple concept of our flow improvements. So this is mainly we are not using for 100% of our products, mainly used for the stranger model, which consists about 25% of our production capacity. This is one simple example of earlier we used to feed the parts in batches to the conveyor line. Now we do the kitting, and this kitting trolley always moves. As I said, no, the part should not stay, it should be continuously moving. Earlier it used to stay on the conveyor line. Some 10 brake drums, 10 front axles. Now only one brake drum will go to the line, or one axle will go to the line. So when we did this, so I have still 1 minute, right? So when we did it, you can see the difference between the shop floor conditions. Earlier, how it was when the material was moving. This is showing the simple output of the improvements done in the flow of the material. No capacity expansion, no conveyor expansion. Simply improving the material flow, we have improved our productivity by 50% in the last 3 years. Same number of people, same number of working hours. The tractor output has gone from 154 per day to 222 per day. This is my final slide. So these are the people who taught us, Professor Shoji Shiba-san, who says that please share toughest learning and transformation to Indian manufacturing. And Professor Furuhashi says that TAFE have to do open factory week to exhibit its breakthrough achievements. This, whatever we've done, we are open. All of you can come and visit. Many times the CA group, they bring the people to see what are the improvements we have done. So with this, I conclude my presentation because exactly it is 2 minutes over, right? Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sarangarajan. TAFE is one of the flagship companies in Amalgamations Group. It's quite interesting that he was doing. More importantly, the kind of pride that he carries to say the achievements they have done. There's nothing like that for any other thing like that for any operational chief. We are proud of you, sir, for what you have done. And I'm sure some of us will visit your factory to learn something. As you said, it's an initiation for CEO. Being a part of CEO group, I wish we come there and learn something and implement in our plant. Yeah. Now, let's move on to the second session, second speaker, which is Mr. S. Vinod Kumar, Associate Vice President, Hyundai Motors. Mr. S. Vinod Kumar is a BE Mechanical from AC Tech, Alagappa College, Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology, Karaikudi, and has done his management from Indian Institute of Management, Trichy. From 2005, he's been managing powertrain, trim, electrical and electronics, BIW, chassis, module at procurement division at Hyundai Motor India Limited, currently responsible for sourcing and development of BIW, chassis, and module parts. Supplier quality assurance for all commodities. So it's no one better than him to talk about quality assurance. Supplier sustainability management for entire supply chain. He's Associate Vice President. And NIQR takes pride in presenting Mr. Vinod Kumar for this session to you, and so is ours, is our customer.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. First of all, let me express my sincere thanks to NIQR for inviting me as a speaker in their 18th Global Quality Convention. Thank you. As you are aware, auto industry is currently passing through a very dynamic market situation, especially the passenger car industry. This particular topic, innovation in quality culture, is more apt to the current situation, where we are trying to differentiate our product in all aspects. One is that quality. We are taking our customer in a new total quality journey where we want to differentiate our product, thereby take a competitive edge. So it's a right topic. Let me move on to the next slide. So as you all are aware, auto industry is passing through a disruption phase. In any disruption phase, we could see like a threat of new entrants used to be very high. See, many people enter the market and challenge the incumbents in way of bringing in new technology, and even they used to come with a altogether new business model. This is the kind of disruption auto industry is passing through. Generally, during this end of this disruption, we could see the incumbents will get replaced by the new entrants. This is the kind of threat we are all facing in this current dynamic market situation. Where auto industry, we could see the total business model itself is changing. Earlier, we used to call ourselves as an auto OEM, and we produce and supply passenger cars. Now we call ourselves as a mobility solution provider. That means literally, we are moving from a product market to a service market. This is the kind of business model change is happening currently. And auto industry is very much in the government agenda, which we could able to witness through various incentive schemes, which government is helping us to boost this industry, like PLI, FAME, ACC. Also, government is signing various FTAs with the different part of the world so that it can boost the auto exports. This is the kind of incentive government is taking, which definitely shows that it's very much in the government agenda. So this industry is privileged for that. And as you are aware, auto industry is operating in a very stringent regulation. So whatever we do, we have to be very specific. Like regulation in the imports, safety, recall policy, and stringent regulation in importing the components through various quality control orders, and upcoming cyber security policies, which we are expecting by the year 2027. So this is the kind of regulatory environment we are operating. And as you are aware, in the fuel side, we are moving from ICE to EV and passing to the hybrid. And finally, we may land up in H2 solution. This technology disruption is happening. Earlier, if you see, we used to have one control system in a car. Now we are moving to a software-driven vehicle. This is the kind of disruption happening in the technology, and the emission side, we are moving towards BS7. And finally, we are targeting to become net carbon zero as a country by 2070. As a OEM, Hyundai is targeting by 2045. This is the kind of disruption it's happening. Generally, during this disruption time, we have to sense the signal so carefully and strategize accordingly so that we will remain competitive in the current market. And we should exploit this disruption and diverse in the different market. This is the kind of opportunity we are in now. So this slide shows the value chain. See, as introduced by our chair, you can expect the quality innovation from supply chain from my side, because I'm a hardcore procurement person taking care of supplier quality. This is the value chain of the passenger car industry, where procurement used to be one of the supporting division. See, if you see, in the last several decades, we have picked up the mass production techniques, and we developed a very good supplier ecosystem. So now, procurement has emerged as a major value contributor. We contribute almost more than 70 to 75% by value to the passenger car industry. So is the quality also. The supplier quality defines the final quality of the products. This is the kind of contribution the procurement and the suppliers are doing in this passenger car value stream. So, having talked about this, let us see where we stand on the digital side. So, digital mastery is one skill where we can map the different industry in 4 different quadrants, keeping 2 major things in criteria. One is the digital capability, that is, we rate the industry based on the adoption of the digital level. And second is the leadership commitment, which we call as a leadership capability. Obviously, we will try to move towards the digital mastery, where the adoption level should be very high, and the commitment for digital transformation used to be very high among the leaders. So this is the quadrant, which is the 4th quadrant. Generally, all of us will try to move in. But if you see the manufacturing industry, where the auto industry falling in, it's somewhere in the beginner stage, where we could see the leadership commitment is very high and adoption level is very low. Since the auto industry is coming as a subset of manufacturing industry, maybe if you do only auto industry survey, we may be slightly in another way. But still, there is high scope for improvement. If you see the digital adoption level in the manufacturing side, you can see most of the digital adoptions, whatever is happening, it's happening on the production side, in the manufacturing side. And very little adoption is happening in the supply chain side. So there is a very big scope for us to work on the digital innovation and the digital adoption on the supply chain side. See, now let us see like a supply chain in auto industry is a very long chain where it has a different layers of people who are contributing to our supply chain. As a OEM, we are the consumer product producer. We produce the cars and we supply to the end customer. And we have the tier one suppliers. Mostly the tier one suppliers used to be a module supplier, most of integrators, or a system supplier, or a big component supplier. These people sit in the first layer, which is the tier one supplier, and tier two supplier are predominantly a component or subcomponent specialist. And these tier one suppliers are mostly, we depend on building robust quality systems. Systems should be very strong in the tier one suppliers. Whereas tier two suppliers are generally the process specialists. They have to be very strong in the process. And finally, tier three and beyond, it's used to be more of raw material supplier. Each area we have to approach in a different aspects as far as the quality innovation is concerned. So there are three areas which we need to focus. First thing is the automation, where we need to have an end-to-end POK system and high level of automation through robotics and SCADA system for taking data-driven decision making. This is the kind of adoption level we are looking. And all these things should not operate in a silos. It has to be connected in each cases. Like it has to be connected by IIoT and cloud computing. And we are looking for a traceability side. Like if I could able to, if in one vehicle is a problem, I could able to trace back the component till the raw material stage. This kind of traceability we are expecting, which is possible only due to the digital adoption. And finally, the decision making in auto industry is key. So data-driven decision making is key for our success, where we are looking for a big data analytics and AI ML adoption and digital twin, adoption of digital twin, especially in designing the components. So let me see where, as an industry, we stand in the supply chain side on these three factors, which is automation, connected, as well as the data-driven. If you could see in all these three areas, as a OEM, we excel well. But even in the OEM side, the data-driven decision-making, still more scope is there for improvement. Whereas it's fading out once we go down into our supply chain. That's a cause of concern. And on the other side, we can say there is a more opportunity for us to exploit that area so that we can able to give an innovative product with a good quality to our end consumer. So now let us come to the topic. So generally in auto industry, what we see, we look for an incremental growth. It can be on the cost or quality. Everywhere we used to look for an incremental growth, where we used to enhance our performance with respect to time. Compared to last year, we'll expect 10%, 20% improvement. This is the way we do. And always, we'll be so proud to be industrial average or above industrial average. Sometimes we'll be more proud if we are leaders in that aspect. But having seen this kind of innovation is happening in the auto industry, these kind of incremental quality improvements is not enough to sustain in this disruptive phase, where we need to improve our quality performance in the multi-fold so that in a short span of time we have to leap forward. That's the only way we can able to sustain in this disruption phase. So now let's see how we can do this. See, generally, having experience in the procurement, I strongly feel there are the three areas of the quality as far as the component system is concerned. One is that design and development quality, which happens during the development stage. Next is the process quality. And finally, it's a field quality. These are all the three areas we have to do. All these three areas, we have to address through the entire product cycle. That means our product development cycle starts when we fix the model, then followed by proto stage, pilot stage, pre-mass production, mass production, till end of the life of this vehicle as well as the component. Till this EOL time, all these three areas contributes a major factor, and the quality is a cross-functional activity where various functions are coming into force. Like if you see sales marketing on the product planning side, procurement on sourcing, development, and production for manufacturing the final product, and quality management, they have to be throughout this process from the development till we go for a scrappaging of the vehicle. So this is literally a cross-functional team where each people have to contribute their part their part to deliver a final good quality to the customer. And more we address these issues in the earlier stage, less will be the impact for our organization. Otherwise, the impact will be multifold. Now, I'll be touching on these three areas, which we talked about, design quality, then process quality, and field quality. These are the three areas where really we need to work more to deliver the final good quality product to our customer. So generally, in the design and development quality, it's in the 6th phase. That's in the concept stage, planning stage, prototyping, testing, and validation. You may be surprised, me touching this topic. Generally, on the supply chain, generally you feel like, this is the job of the OEMs. OEMs produce, that is, design the product and give the drawings to the supplier. So supplier has a responsibility to develop the parts as per the print. These are all the olden days. Now, OEMs want to focus more on their core capability, and we want to innovate our own cars and move up in the technology ladder. So these activities on the component level is of late offloaded to the suppliers, where most of our component, if you see in the last 2 decades, slowly has become a given drawing, that means our drawing, to a proprietary design. So the old responsibility of developing, designing a right product, or the right part or a system